Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people who like to smoke, people who like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people who are gangsters, people who are prostitutes, people who just fit in with everybody else. Look into my eyes. All right. Not looking for subscribers. Not looking for likes. You can write down what you like below in the comment section. It should be reviews. Post it with my approval. Okay? I love haters. I feed off of negative energy all of the time. Because I work for the devil. I hope that got you off. I work for God at the same time. So I'm right in the middle. I just don't work for one side. All right. So, if you don't know who I am, ask a question. I don't like people who are emotional. I don't like people who are sensitive. You can't learn if you can't. You shouldn't be in my videos. The universe has not brought you to me yet. You're not mature enough yet. Let's go on with the topic for today. Today's topic will be about, like I said, I would talk about, because I have nothing else to do. Just watch my daughters and, and be isolated here and me and my daughters until it gets warm and they're going to go outside and play some hook shots, 3-point hook shots, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Got to shoot them shots, man, but they be going in 2 or 3 in a row sometimes. But they be going in. But other than that, okay, we are going to talk about and discuss the order of lives. What lives matter more than others? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast fest, you put it down below. Now, when I was younger, I always wondered about Black Lives Matter. Not when I was younger, but, as I got older, it became a trend in the 2000s, okay, 2020, okay, and even, I think before that, right? But I'm pretty sure that there was an organization to help gangsters in the hood. Okay, so I'm making this video because I get guys talking about you don't care about Black Lives Matter. I said that what's more important than Black Lives Matter? Okay, green lives are more important than everybody else's. Lives matter, okay? Blue lives care more, nobody talk about that. And then when I talk about other races, I'm like, shouldn't the Native Americans' lives matter? Okay, what about the Chinese? And what about the other white folks who have been enslaved, okay, but nobody talks about them. They've been exterminated. They've been wiped out. Shouldn't their lives matter? Okay, so like I say in my past videos, every race have their own attribute. White folks care so much about black people, okay, because they created that in the first place so they can get some publicity going on so they can make more money for their pockets politically. But in the hood, black lives don't really matter. That doesn't exist there. True gangsters don't care about black lives. It's just that you cross them, you die. It doesn't matter what color you are. Okay? If you have no rights to say the word nigga, you can't say it, okay? All right? Because they are the niggas, okay? All right? But it's important to understand that there are other lives that matter. But there is a certain pedestal what everybody should be focusing on when it comes to respect. Okay, did I articulate myself very clearly, more fluently here? Respect comes from which people are alive and which people are not alive. And which one of these individuals, these groups of people or cultures deserve more respect than others. Even regardless of how heinous it was or how good, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't look at, okay, this group of people did some wicked and despicable thing, but you still have to respect that. And those people who don't respect the devil end up losing their lives a little bit more quicker. They say the innocent die young, right? Okay, you keep talking about God all the time and you trying to be positive. You might as well just finish yourself, okay, right? Because you have to be evil in order to live longer, right? But you can be evil and good at the same time. How is that possible? But let me just stop talking about philosophy here, Think about it like this, okay? Look at the race that has been exterminated. That deserves the most respect because they're almost killed off. The Native Americans. What about the red lives matter? Okay, right? Shouldn't that matter more than anybody else's, even green lives or anything else like that? It depends on your propriety where you put your priorities. If their army is being exterminated or extinct, you got to start caring about the dolphins. What about the dolphins' lives matter, okay? You know, what about the turtles? Do you understand where I'm going with this now here? I can't stand people who talk about Black Lives Matter. Well, that's not the least of my points. That's on the bottom of my list, okay? Because black people still exist. You know, I say the blue lives matter because they're the cops. The authority figures' lives matter more than everybody, because without the authorities to keep them in place, okay, you know, we will all be dead. We'd be always shooting each other like the Wild Wild West, right? White lives matter more than everybody else when it comes down to simplistic race, because they conquered this country 10 times over and also conquered other countries 10 times. So white lives are the ones who's bringing all this technology into it. I don't care how they stole it. I don't care about that. If they're that smart, see, I'm like a Richard Spencer. I see, if you just don't want to respect it, just get the fuck out of the crew. You know, that doesn't make any sense. Just respect it. Okay, we don't live in a time of slavery anymore, even though that's still probably going on underground somewhere with mechanical incubators. Okay, you know, I know some secret shit, okay, from here, because the voices tell me some secret shit that's going on. That's kind of crazy. It's like that CERN project over there. There ain't a bunch of black people doing that. People don't understand what races can do and what races cannot do. They don't understand that. Okay, Black Lives Matter is on the bottom of the totem pole. Okay, trust me on that. We got Blue Lives Matter. Okay, we got, nobody talk about Green Lives Matter. That's the military. That's our greatest country over the world, causing chaos in every country to protect American citizens. I wanted to join the military to kill off anybody who wished to go against the American grain. Okay, because freedom is very important. Freedom is very, if you're an innocent bystander, you join their crew and you got brainwashed to join China, you're lost. Now, if you want to be a communist world, okay, like China, that's your loss. You lose your freedom of speech. You want to be forced to take stupid 19, that's your freedom of choice is gone. All those things are gone. Now, that's different from when it comes down to parenting, okay, because I know the communist China has some good points when it comes to communism, okay, because human beings aren't mature enough to raise themselves. But I don't know, okay? I think it depends. But when you're a parent, that's completely different than a country, okay? I think that you should take, the illuminated ones knows what's best, and that's why we have America, okay? America is a corporation, baby. It's a corporation. And usually 9 times out of 10, people want their freedom. They want to do sneaky stuff in the background. They want to do their criminal empires and powers that may be. Because if you allow the government to have a communist, that government can transform to a criminal organization. It can. And it can really rob people of their freedoms and safeguards and their peace of mind. But you go check out China and see how communism works. I don't agree with communism. I agree with the free world, okay? I agree with the people who said we want to do this, we want to have sex with animals, whatever, and they can do that in their own closet, okay? You can't go into someone's world and say they can't do that after they created something to do those things. You cannot stop people from doing their heinous things in their own private, you know, area. You can't do that, okay? Don't tread on me, right? Okay? So you got the order of operations here. Okay, the people who are in authority should be respected. The people who are in the fire department, the red and white lives matter because they are the fire department. The police lives, they are the more important, because if you kill them off, we have no protection and everybody's lives don't matter no more, because the slave masters is coming back. Slave masters are coming back. And then what about the Native American lives? They don't their lives don't matter no more? You know goddamn well the Black Lives Matter is not making money for the hood. They're not trying to exterminate the hood, dog. Okay? That's the lowest. Blacks exist because of whites, and they need that 13%. That 13% of Black Lives Matter are making $2 trillion. African Americans are making at least $2 trillion. Okay, $2 trillion. That's what African Americans are worth. If they really want to help African Americans, they can do it on their own discretion. But we still got hoods, okay? We still got the homeless, okay, you know? But don't talk to me about what lives matter more than others, because you're gonna be disappointed. Okay, because I lived in the hood, and I'm telling you right now, you know, you go out there and you minding your business, you can get shot by a random bullet, and you're black, okay, by your own kind, okay. All right. So why white lives matter more than black lives matter? Easy answer. Can someone please answer that below in the comment section? Why is white lives more matter? Because their brains are different from black people, right? They might not have the penises like blacks. That's why blacks exist. I keep saying this all the time. Keep it simple, keep it sweet, keep it safe. You know, that dark-skinned chocolate color, okay, it's very erotic, okay? Native Americans are not dark-skinned, okay? Like black Africans in another country. I've seen jet black color Africans over in another country, and I was shocked. You know the color black, jet black? I said jet black. I did not say brown, okay? All right? When people think of black people, they think about brown people. That's what they were. I saw a jet black people. You want to come into my inbox to find out jet black people who look jet black as this goddamn shirt? I was shocked. You don't know what an African is. None of you, if you're mixed with any color, light color, you're not truly African. I've already did the research on it. I was like, yo, if these people are black, okay, and you're any shade like my color, you don't belong in Africa. I traced that shit down, and I was like, I could not believe what I was seeing. And then somebody black told me the same shit. Said, you know that people who are different color races that have mixed genes inside of them are not really from Africa. They're mixed breeded from other races. Other races come in the country, have sex, and they create their own little races, okay? And it's millions of different types of races, babies. Millions of different types. They fit in different categories. Because I had German in my blood and Indian. So what the fuck kind of race am I? Okay, right? You know, you don't know about genetics? So when I say white lives matter more than black lives matter, they're more intelligent. So they're the ones who's bringing all this technology and stuff in here. It ain't black people. White people are 65% of the motherfucking population in America. Okay, now once this starts dwindling down, we got too many minorities. And Richard Spencer, okay, genetics, okay, eugenetics, study that shit. I'm not hating on my own race because I don't have my own race. I don't know what that means. I've been helped more by white folks, the cracker. They help me more. What the hell is what's going on here? I don't understand that. Black Lives Matter, how come I was helped more by whites? There were blacks that I encountered who had money. They never helped me. So what the fuck is the point? Well, I don't understand how that works. Well, what am I supposed to say about that? Huh? Don't come to me about how Black Lives Matter, okay? That's bullshit. You know it's a political plot. They making money off of that shit. Not black people in the hood. Okay, that will never be fixed. I don't think that can ever be fixed. If you're an educated person, you go into the hood, you're going to be killed. All right? MS-13, all of them motherfuckers. They don't matter. What about the MS-13 lives? Okay? What about the Bloods and the Crips lives matter? No! They're below Black Lives Matter. They're the worstest of the worst. Okay? They're underneath the ground type of Black Lives Matter. Everybody's lives does matter, but there's a certain level of black lives that you're supposed to respect there, regardless of how heinous it is. Okay? And you know the New Age white man has nothing to do with slavery. It's their ancestors. Okay? And it's also genetics too, because if they existing and they got that much brain power to fix all this shit up in America, they also work with the aliens. How many times you hear Africans working with aliens? Maybe in another country, yeah, maybe in Africa. But over in America, the freest country of all the free worlds, psst, don't talk, man, don't talk. So I made myself clear on why each race should be given due diligence respect. Because once you start saying black lives is more empowering than white lives, you got yourself in the dilemma, dog. You can't go against the white liberal. There are too many of them. There's far more white liberal white males than black liberal males, okay? And you got the single mother syndrome. Do their lives matter? Do white women's lives matter more than black lives? Because when I hear the word Black Lives Matter, I'm thinking about a black man who's been abused by cops. But really, he deserved that shit. 90% of the time, that nigga deserved it. He had karma coming. He had it coming to him. Because I got pulled over by cracker cops. I got pulled over about 6 times. One time I had a gun pointed. Yes, it has happened one time. But it happened one time, though, because he pointed a gun at me, and I think he was racist, and he could have pulled the trigger, but I started smiling because I didn't say a damn word. I didn't say nothing to him. If he wanted my ID, I was scared, so I was going to give it to him. I'm always nice and courteous, But he put a gun to my forehead because I was playing with this girl who was Irish and African at the same time in the bushes on private property at night. Motherfuckers. And then he called me a nigger. He was like, nigger, what you laughing at? And I was like, why did he call me a nigger? I couldn't say nothing. He got a motherfucker. And my girl, Charisma, was sitting next to me. And she said, hey, we just having some fun. He would have been in a load full of hell if he would have killed me. Wait until they get a load of me. I would have ate his soul up on the other side. But anyway, I digress about this. What lives matter more than others? It ain't Black Lives Matter. Okay. If Black Lives Matter, then you got Jay-Z, you got Oprah. They can easily fix Black Lives Matter by giving out money to the right single mothers, okay, to force them to live in an area where they can spread out. Force them out of the hood. They do not need to congregate. When you got a bunch of black Negroes in the hood, porch monkeys or whatever you want to call them, because I'm black and I can say it. I can say the word nigger or niggas because of my features. That's stupid. I hate that word. I hate the word nigga. When I would call, hey, what's up, nigga? I'm like, damn, I hate that. I really despise that word. What's up, OG? Okay, I'm like, I hate nigga word. I hate that nigga word. I just get, this is it's a contradiction, man. You can't use that word. Don't use it. But they use it in the hood. Nigga, 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 nigga. That's how stupid they are, okay? All right, go in the kitchen. I'll be right in there, okay? I'll give it to you, okay? Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, don't say Black Lives Matter and you, hey, don't play with that. There's the top that's open. It's going to open up. Put it on the table. You know how angry I get. I turn into the demon if you drop something on that floor, okay? Other than that, Black Lives is like on the bottom. And underneath Black Lives Matter is the Crips Lives Matter. Because their lives really don't matter. That's the bottom of the pit. Black Lives is on the bottom. And then the Bloods and the Crips lives don't matter. And then they got the MS-13 matter. Then the racists, okay, you know, you got those lives that matter on the very, very bottom. But on the top is blue lives, green lives, red and white lives, okay? We forgetting a whole lot of different lives down here. People who sacrifice themselves should be getting more respect. But nobody talking about dead cops, baby. Their lives do matter more than black lives. And there's a whole lot more good cops than bad cops. I got pulled over many times by cops. I was doing stupid shit like putting my daughter in the front seat. And I didn't get no real big ticket. Okay? He was like, what you doing, nigga? I said, I got my daughter in the front seat because I see people with their dogs running all over the place. Isn't the dog equivalent almost to a fucking child? And he was like, you got a point there, but you got to pay a ticket. And I said, okay. You know, I started driving at 20 miles an hour, 30 miles. Let my daughter try to understand the steering wheel at the age of, how old was she? Like 6? I was a knucklehead. But I broke the law many times and they let me go. So why? Okay. I didn't do nothing. I was ignorant of the law. That's what it was. He said, you can't do that. I said, okay. One time you tell me, I learned. But these days, when niggas be getting killed, they be talking back or they be on drugs. I don't know what. My daddy was the streets. So I always knew that if a Thornton told you, put your hands on the wheel, okay, I would probably jump out of the car and put my hands behind my back, okay, because, and put my ID in. Don't have to do nothing else. Just don't set me up, okay, because I'll be scared as some motherfuckers. They got the weapons. And on top of that, if you didn't have a daddy figure, you want to disagree with me. You going to disagree with me. Yeah, motherfucker. You going to disagree with, no, nigga. No. You didn't have a daddy figure. So that's the order of operations. Focus on the order of operations. And then do a fucking, please excuse my dear Aunt Sarah, okay? Pimps, okay? Pidas, okay? Pimdas. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sarah. Our order operations, that's the ones you should respect. All right? That's all I'm going to be talking about when it comes down to order of operations, order of lives. Because I know you would disagree with me, but I don't care. Because that's common sense. Peace.